Welcome everyone to the last video on this topic of gratitude. For more of our previous videos on the same topic, please check out the links on the top right on your screen. So what effect does gratitude have on the receiver and the giver? So you can think of receiver as a person or an organization, and you can, on all scales, you can think of it. It can be a person, a group of people, a community, an organization, a country, and the receiver could be on all those different levels. So thinking of it on the micro and the macro scale, how do you think gratitude affects people, and what can it do to the economy and the person?
The first thing you should know is, it's there in the question itself, which is gratitude affects two people at the very least, which is the giver and the receiver. And I definitely think that the receiver, has like a bigger effect because he's receiving the gratitude. So I want to talk more about the giver because I think that's the one that's more interesting. Because firstly, if you show gratitude to people, people would just think that you're like a very nice person. The fact that you are validating the things that they do, or like letting them know that they're the right things that you're doing, and sometimes it can just work as a positive reinforcement because you're essentially telling them, "Hey, you did something, and I appreciate it." And this is something that is beautiful because the other person now feels good that they did that, and they might just get innate gratitude just from doing the tasks, but like giving them like one on your own, that's even better. And this is something like the giver and the receiver can also be just you yourself, where you're the giver, you're the receiver, because you're being grateful for the things happening in your life. And that is something that I find fascinating. So, what do you guys all think?
So I think that it has a big impact on both the giver and receiver. Actually, you made a lot of great points for how it's impactful for the giver to share that kind of gratitude. I'd like to think of the receiver end of things, and I kind of like the way you phrased it, Vyaas, in terms of on a macro scale, even on the economy scale, how can it be impactful? And what I can think of is whenever I receive gratitude from people, whether it is directly on a one-on-one conversation or I'm receiving it because of a group that I'm associated with. For example, my entire work team is getting appreciated or complimented for doing something that we did. So in those kind of scenarios, it makes me feel, one, primarily good about myself. I like that other people have noticed and appreciated what we do. And it's not as poignant at the individual level, but when I get appreciated as part of a team, even though you might think the effect is more distributed across everybody and it's a generalized thank you, it's not a specific thank you, I still feel more motivated to do what I do it again, do it better. So I think it can, in that sense, lead to better productivity and happiness and satisfaction for the receiver to be getting gratitude from others. So I think it's really important for them to feel that appreciation because it would make them enjoy what they're doing and work more. And it's important for the giver, just like Akshay said, to feel that they're sharing their love and kindness and appreciation and thankfulness to other people.
I want to add one more point, which is, like the giver and receiver, sometimes it can just be entities. For example, when a football club that I support, which is in my case, it's Manchester United. So when they win, I feel good, and the whole day I'm just like grateful that they won. And over here, the giver is the team Manchester United, or it could just be like some people, but they have no idea that I'm feeling happy because of this. I mean, they might know that the fans are happy in general, but they might not know personally that I'm happy. So gratitude is that powerful. You might not even know, because as like we've already discussed, the ripple effect it can have, because I might be having a great day because the Manchester United won the game, and then because I'm happy, I might be doing something for others because those I was really happy, so I wanted to share it with other people, and that ripple effect, it's amazing, and maybe you should try it out. So what are you grateful for, and what do you think you can do for other people? And the other thing is, which one did you find it more fun? Was it when you were the giver or was it when you were the receiver?
Gratitude and helping others and helping people. Like, it's also important to understand the intent, right? That's yeah. So it's also important to understand intent. So if a person is doing something nice, or for someone else, if they're doing something good, are they kind of like virtue signaling? What's the sometimes they might be grateful or thank people on social media for gaining publicity. So it's also important to understand agenda and the context and the on who's talking about these topics, and whether it's really something that applies to their character, or is it kind of a show, or is it kind of something to gain followers. So the whole concept of gratitude. So yeah, it's also good to look at that and just not put too much emphasis if everyone is being thankful, right? Like, you go to your Instagram feed or Facebook feed, like everyone is like talking about being thankful, and you go to LinkedIn and you see all these messages about I was this and I was this, but then I became this. So never give hope, never lose hope. So those messages are kind of like you can only take in so much. So they talk about gratitude, but you have to like limit yourself to those kinds of messages, because sometimes it's just annoying and it doesn't serve purpose if you cross that threshold. So that's what I think. So like take those messages in moderation and try to apply that in your own life. Does that make sense? Or I see a couple of notes. Akshay was shocked
It was definitely a bit controversial because are you limiting happiness? Are you limiting gratefulness? But I do understand, like if you, especially if you like do it a lot, and someone who hasn't received it in a very long time, and when they suddenly receive a bunch of messages, like grateful messages, it might look off. And instead of understanding that they're feeling grateful or understanding you're feeling grateful, they might look more into it. So why is this person doing it? What's the ulterior motive? So in that I understand, but I want to come back to saying being grateful is amazing, and if you're able to do it, do it. If you can do it for more people, do it. And with that, we'll finish this question. Thanks so much for all the panel members who came here, and you all who are watching it. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!